Hello, this is Pamela with Junk Journal Newbies, and I just had everybody on, but I had to disconnect because somebody snuck on the live with me, and I did not want that, so I had to disconnect and come back on. So I took, this was actually a piece of tin that was the lid on the cappuccino mix that we buy, and I just used my scissors and started this. And now, and I also made these on the last live, trying to show the difference. These are so darn cute. And oops, oopsie, let's put this away. And this, and this. Okay. I was going to show you some of the covers I threw together yesterday. I just had inspiration to kind of mass produce some covers. Now, I just did a basic cover. I haven't actually decorated or even done the inside of anything, but this is one of those mailing envelopes that you get, and it sounds really cool. And I put a cover on it, and then I'm going to work on the inside. This is one of those other types of mailers that you get. The bubble stuff is inside of it. And I'm going to use this with some quilt that I had. And this is just a little piece of junk mail that I have underneath of here. You see how that little guy bent right there? Well, kind of broke. It doesn't matter because I'm just going to cover it up anyway. But I made this cute little baby one that I'm going to finish. And I found this really nice piece of fabric the other day at the thrift store, which is where I get most of my fabric. And I'm going to make one of these. So this is another mailer that I got, which is, they're all kind of different mailers, but that way they don't go in the trash, which is good. And then this was some junk mail that it came like a longer piece, actually. I think I have two of them, like this, and it was one long piece of junk mail, but it had this flap, and I was like, oh, that'll be cute. I can make a little notebook, right? And this will either come up or down. I might do it like that, I don't know. And so I just thought I'd show you, because you can make these covers out of anything, any size, any shape. I guess some people consider the standard to be more like, I don't know, 9x6 or something, but it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. This was a tiny little book that I had taken apart, and I kept it because I wanted to utilize it. I'll just put one signature in here. And I really love this fabric. It's so like vintagey. And so I had a book that I had taken the guts out of, and I'm going to turn it into a little one signature junk journal. And I came across this cool paper, and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to do something. Well, I'm going to have to put some, because it didn't cover all the way, so I'm going to have to put some lace or another, probably lace or fabric or something right here around it, so it covers up those edges. And I did one more that was bigger, so these are all going to be on the smaller side, and I'll probably give them to people for presents. And then this one, I'm working on several different pieces of paper. You can see what it looks like now, but when I'm done, it'll hopefully look super cute. And I just thought I would maybe take some of this and show you, see if I make, either I'll make a book out of it, or I might just use the pages and do something else with it. So, let's see. Some really pretty papers in here, and I love, dragonflies are my favorite, or one of my favorite. So you could make this the inside of a book, but you could also fold it in half. I got these papers actually. I might have got them on Temu or Amazon. Those are usually the two places that I pay for things that aren't at a if it's not at a thrift store or yard sale or estate sale. Estate sales are my favorite, but you wouldn't get this kind of stuff there. You'd get fabric and lace and old papers, you know. So I'm gonna make this one. Won't work in that. It's a little too small for that book. Let's see if it'll fit in this one. Actually, this one it might work in. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Pretty. I'm not sure if I want to use it for papers or not. I'm not sure. Let's make something with it, and then I'm going to think about doing something else. See, if I was going to do cover a book with it, that'd be cool, except for this would be the front, and I don't think that should be the front. I think that should be the front. Right? That would be fine by itself, though, so I'm going to just put one in here. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'll take that side. Ink it. Let's see what I feel like. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate having some company. It's much better than junk journaling alone. So I'm just gonna go around and ink around here. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. That's why it would be... Yeah, then I probably really did get it on Temu, but I don't know. So they're backwards, so that would be the front. That makes sense. Good to know. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn this into a little notebook. I have this cardstock, which honestly I could use like cereal box and all these other things, but those are a little bit out of my reach right now and I don't want to get up. So first thing I'm going to do is just cut this in half. Actually, I don't know, maybe I'll do it this way instead. Maybe I'll get a straighter edge. So do we have any seasoned junk journalers watching? Or is everybody on the newer side out there? I would consider myself on the newer side. I've been doing this for about a little over a year. I think I started in maybe October, maybe November of year before last. So this October, well, let's go with November, will be 2 years. And anyway, I don't even know how I found out about it. I was probably on YouTube is my guess, and I went down a rabbit hole as we often do. Oh, you've been doing it 4 months? Oh, a newbie? I'm Jen. What is your name? My name is Pamela. Pamela, and anyway, so I started in about, I'd probably say November of the year before last anyways, and I was on this YouTube thing and I found junk journals and I just kept digging and found more and more, and I don't know if you guys watch much, but if you're on, okay, so look, I have, this matches this. And then I have a notebook right here. I'm going to use this just to make some papers that go inside of it. But if you're on YouTube and you want to watch others, which I always suggest you do, there's my favorite well, I have two of my top favorites, but I love a lot of them. But the one I watch the most is Pam at the Paper Outpost, because she usually uses stuff that you can find in your home, or it's inexpensive, or there's multiple ways to do it, or that kind of thing. So maybe a little more. It's easier to cut from this side. I've been going down the rabbit hole on many things, but ever since I found junk journals, it takes up most of my free time. Anyway, okay, so let's say we have this. Oh, and the other person I like to watch for similar reasons is Natasha from Treasure Books. I don't know if you've watched her, but I watched them on YouTube, and I still do. So I don't want to cut this exactly the same size. I want these papers to be a little smaller, so I'm just going to maybe slide this over a little so there'll be a little room on each side. And then I'm going to set it down. I don't measure, but I do kind of try to line things up a little. So like that. And then I'll use my straight ruler and go down. These other pieces that are coming off, I'm going to use to make a smaller notebook, and I'll kind of give you an idea how that's going to look when we're done with this one. This is such an easy one that you can make for someone, for yourself, to put inside of another junk journal. So I'm going to leave a little bit of extra space so that it fits up inside of the cover. Okay, and then alright, I'll leave these out along the sides. Alright, so now I have the cover, the back, the pages, and what I would do is I have this little binder clip, and I would kind of measure like right about there, maybe almost to the top, but not quite. And then put this on the top, line them up. I'm going to put this on the side, then I'm going to use my crocodile, and I'm just going to make 2 holes. I'm just going to do a 2-hole pamphlet stitch. Usually I do a 3, but actually maybe I will. So if you want to be more precise, you can measure, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try to look at this and guess the middle. Let's see. It's not probably going to be accurate, but that's okay. I'm going to have a good grip on it that way. Okay, first I'm going to line it up. That's probably close to middle, right? Alright, that's pretty close. And then halfway over, like close enough. I don't care. Alright, and then a little bit over here. Okay. And then, so, yeah, I see it's not straight, but it's great. It doesn't have to be perfect anyway, so I'm going to find some I have this waxed thread, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Hi, girl. Okay, and then cut it. I prefer to use wax thread, and if you're just doing a one signature, it's so easy. So push that up. Actually, like this, right? So there'll be about that much hanging down. So I pulled it up through the middle, and then I'm going to pull the other end up through the other side, okay? Also, if you don't have one of these crocodiles, you can use an owl, which I don't know how to say that right, but it's spelled A-W-L. You can get them anywhere. Amazon, anywhere. Temu, anywhere. So I went, and then I'm going to come back up. And to make sure that your wings, I guess, one's on one side of this and one's on the other side, okay? And then you're going to tie. Snug, but not too tight so that it rips. I usually make 3 knots just to be good and sure. Hopefully, then it doesn't. Okay, and then I'm going to do something with these, so, but I am going to cut this one so it is more of the same size, okay? And then you have this, right? So now you can open it up and you got a cute little notebook right here, right? Before I do anything more to the top, I'm going to find one of my little peg stamps. This one's a little bumblebee, which I found this person, I can't remember her name, I'm so sorry, but I did find her on Etsy. She has tons of little peg stamps, and I'm going to ink it and do a little stamp, and look how cute that looks. A little cutie. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do each page, but not necessarily going the same direction. So is there anybody out there that just started doing junk journals, or is there anybody that is too scared to start? Too nervous that they might mess it up or ruin their good stuff? Anybody out there worried they might mess their stuff up or not know how to do it or ruin their good things or is not sure where to start? I know when I first started, I just did, took me about 4 practice journals to feel like I learned enough to really feel like I knew what I was doing a little bit. And that 5th journal was made out of 2 little, the cover was 2 little plain, well, to start out they were plain white, that's cute, actually, I like it, envelopes, and then I turned it into a junk journal out of 2 little envelopes, and I sold it for a decent amount, and I was like, oh my gosh, somebody wants to pay for something I made. That is the coolest thing ever. Okay, so we have this. And then I'm going to look for a couple little of my, so I could put beads here, beads, buttons, little buttons, or anything like that. But I might just put some charms. I think I might use some gold colored ones. And so let's just, oh, those are pretty. Okay, so first off I have this one. And I'm going to just tie this guy on here. You can do whatever you want. You could put a whole row of buttons, or you can just put one little thing. I'm going to start with just one little guy. Let's see what I think after that, because my opinion changes constantly. So let's see. That's pretty cute. Okay. I'm going to tie that 3 times, make a little knot, and see what I think. Sometimes my fingers just don't work right. I should cover that up. Alright, let's see. Okay. Needs to come up through. Oh, come on. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut that off. Kind of close to it. Did I get it? I think maybe I'll just do one of each of these on here. Alright, let's tie it there. And then I'm going to show you how to make another cute little notebook. It's totally different than this and cute and uses up the scraps, some of the scraps that I made using this one. Okay. My fingers just don't want to work. Alright. One more. Oh my goodness, let's see. Alright, there we go. Okay, and then let's see, we'll just take this bit off. Hopefully that'll work. Look how cute it is. Actually, it's cute. I like it. Okay, and then I ended up with these scraps. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just start out with, these were the scraps from making that notebook. Okay. I don't know if anybody has one of these, but this is a corner chomper. Makes these corners like this. I don't know if I have too many to cut through, but I'm going to try. See what happens. See if I can make that other corner. Oh yeah, it's too thick. Let me take like half of them and try. No, it wasn't a very good cut, but that one looks better. And now that one's a different kind of round, so I gotta do this one over here. That's better. And then this one. Come on. Cute. Okay, so let's do one like this. And so, let's see. I think I need a different piece of paper. And then I still have this, so I'm going to make 2 more. This one and the next one. So I need it to be this long, right? This is going to be my front and my back. And I think I'm just going to do this and try to make one cut. I'm going to go a little bit out so I don't have, okay. Is that right? Okay. Use my then I need to figure out how long I want this to be. Okay. Now we've got that, and this, and this. see. Okay, that'll work, but I don't want that to be too far to one side. So maybe right there, and right there. Actually, maybe right here, and then I'm going to use this. I'm going to put a hole in the middle-ish area. Hopefully I get it close enough. Nope. But you know what? That's okay. Then I'm just going to put another one over here. I do with those grommets. I don't know. Now I've lost them. What happened to anybody else? Just don't know what I did with them. Well, that's okay. Anyway, if I had them, I would use them, but I can't figure out what I did with them, and I just had them. So anyways, I'm just going to get some string. Well, this is ribbon. I'm just going to use some ribbon. And pull it up. Well, maybe I should cut it like that so it kind of has a point, and then try to bring it through that side, maybe to there, and then probably wants to be about the same length on both sides, so. And then I'll take this side and bring it through. Come on. If I could find my grommets, I would put them in those little holes, and that would make it look a little different. But anyway, I don't, so. I'm sure they're right in front of my face, but I don't see them, so I'm going to tie a little knot, and then a little bow, and try to get that looking cute right there. Pull that down. Even when I try to stay organized on the, when I'm on the camera, I still can't. That's cute. Look at that. Cute, right? Okay, and then the other one that we're going to do, so these are the two we've done just now, this little cutie and this one. I'm going to take this little group of papers and do a different one, so. Take this, and then we're going to use our tear ruler we made earlier. Well, not in this video, but in the one I was making. And then this is the second one. So I'm just going to go maybe about right here. And then I'm going to go down a little more. This helps me use up some of my scraps. And then I usually share with my group. We do some, I'll keep all these because I'll use them in another notebook too. Do some trading back and forth. Okay, so then I need, well, that is not going to be wide enough. So in this case, I'm going to take one like this, cut this right there. Put this right here for a minute. Anyway, I'm going to fold this little piece in half. It doesn't have to be exact because it's just going to be the front and back of this top of this journal. I mean, notebook. And then maybe I'll try the smaller one and see if it matches better. Maybe I need, let's see, my corner chomper. Maybe. And I think I'll try that one. I don't like this number 4, but the 7's good. Let's put that there. I think I need to do the bottom last one, not any of the others, just the most bottom. Okay, that's good enough. And then I'm going to take put a little hole here. Actually, I'm going to glue that on first. Okay, so now I'm just going to get my glue. Put this back here. I have 2 different thoughts going on. I'm going to go with this one. And I'm using my Fabrifix glue, which is I transferred into a Sugar Bell icing piping bottle because it has a smaller tip, and it's a lot softer to squish. And I should have done that on something else, but it's going to be okay. So, let that dry for a second. Put this back in here. And while that's drying a little, I'm going to ink the edges so you can see what it looks like. So here's what it looks like now, which is really hard to tell on there where the page ends and the next one begins. But we're going to do this now, and then so you can see how simple it is to make some of these little notebooks out of scraps. And then you can know that you don't need to throw your scraps away. You can save them and make cute little scrappy notebooks, right? Hi, Yessie. I hope I said that right. Thank you for joining us. Hanging out for a few minutes. I'm just making a scrappy notebook here and some other notebooks and different things. Okay, so we're just going to use the ink. I'm doing good today. How are you doing? Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. It's better than doing these things alone. Okay, so now you can tell, you can see where they end. Before you couldn't even tell. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this to be more flush right here. Here we go. Put that back on. Oh, that's good. Done washing clothes. And then you could leave it just like this. You can put a hole in it. You could dangle something from it like we did with these cute little guys. And I'm going to put this back over here. Well, I've been on for a while actually. I'm going to take a break. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. And if you want to learn more as a newbie and you happen to be on Facebook, you can join us at Junk Journal Newbies on Facebook. And I look forward to seeing you again here on TikTok. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.